Hello and welcome to the Wawazen Waterfall School, and thank you to Maxim from Ecuador who shared this picture with me. It shows a experiment that Maxim is doing with microcement. If you Google microcement, you might find some videos and tutorials on that. It means that you can create such surfaces that are made with cement, so they have the stable and tight behavior of stone, so they're like stone, similar to stone. And because it's kind of liquid before it gets hard, you can create some nice shapes and patterns. So from my point of view, it looks really great what Maxim did here, and I've seen also some other artists using this material. So I think it's really a great thing. Now comes the big question: can you use it for indoor waterfalls? So just to show you some other pictures that Maxim has sent me. And by the way, here at the edge down here, you can see that this is made of multiple layers. So I don't have the recipe for that. There's only two things I think they're very important I want to share. So number one is, when you create such a surface, don't make the gaps too deep and don't make too sharp edges, because at these places the water might lose contact to the surface and you will get free falling drops, and we do not like free falling drops in the indoor waterfall business. So this is number one. Take care of a surface that doesn't have sharp edges or too deep areas where the drops could fall off, or where air can be close so that there are air bubbles. And the problem is, when these air bubbles, when they explode, then you again will have small drops, and we don't like free falling drops in the indoor waterfall business. So this is what Maxim has shared with me, and I want to share another picture. What you can see here is this is a 14-meter high, or is it 17? I'm sorry, I don't remember. I've been there and we made maintenance and repairs for this indoor waterfall, and it is produced by a honorable competitor of mine, and it's really incredible what he does. Actually, it's a kind of art he does. And he's using also a kind of a microcement, and he's doing this for years. So the principle is working, mostly. What I want to say is that, unfortunately, this indoor waterfall, what you can see here, where I did the maintenance, where this microcement super genius material stuff has been used, it has some, it's broken at some places. So it's not like forever stable. So who knows why this happened? I would say it's really a very high thing here, and there are multiple things you need to consider when you build such high stuff, and all the weight and pressure that comes to your material. But what I want to say is, unfortunately, this material is not like 100% safe regarding its own stability. Compared to stainless steel or I would say, for example, glass. So, and the other thing is, that's actually the second thing I wanted to share. What is very important is that your material needs to be resistant against reverse osmosis and against hydrogen peroxide, which means water additives. So if you're creating microcement surfaces for your indoor waterfall, which is no doubt really a beautiful thing, you have to be sure that it is resistant against reverse osmosis water, because you can only use reverse osmosis in lime-free water when you run an indoor waterfall. And number two, it should be resistant against hydroxin peroxide, because this is what I recommend to use in order to avoid algae and germs. So beauty on the one side, but on the other side, what is very important is stability and integrity over a long period of time, and then of course resistance against the water. So if you're using this, or if you have used it, please share it with me. As I said, my competitor, he's doing this here for years, for many years. And somebody told me they have like 67 different ingredients in there. And probably 90% of their projects, or 95, I don't know, work pretty fine and are resistant and are stable. But yes, in this one single case, it hasn't been stable and resistant, because we have seen, I don't know how you call it, but it's, you know, it's a break in the material. So yeah, and you don't want to have it, especially when you consider that this is 40 meters, and when elements break out at that height and drop on somebody, you don't want that. So it's really important to consider safety. So thank you for watching today. Thank you, Maxim, for sharing this. I hope this helps. I would be glad if you